What is up, guys? We are here playing a modern prelim with Mardu Energy. Wasn't a fantastic hand, but I kept it. I can grab the Elegant Parlor at the end of his turn, and then I can untap and do a Raptor with the 3 energy backup. I'm not playing any rings, so there is no risk of whiffing here other than hitting a card that is dead against him. But I've cut most of the fatal pushes and gone back to bolts, so not that I want to be bolting him. I'd rather be hitting something else. I might even do the Ajani first, I guess, unless he presents me with a threat. If he presents me, he did not, so. So we don't think he's going to be blood mooning us. We have a black-white. We need to get our red here. I think here, though, we're more likely to need double red than we are double white. But we can't get double red either way. We don't really need double black, so we'll just get the parlor. I think he's a deck that this is probably not bad to have against him, but I don't have another 1-mana play. If I did, then I probably would have kept it and done that, and whatever the other 1-mana play was. Well, if I had drawn the Thoughtseize, then I would not have been drawing this guide. So I'm not necessarily too upset about that. So again, I could Raptor here, and it might be a higher roll, but we're at the point where really our best target to Raptor into would be a one of Obnixilis or an Ajani. So we'd be risking whiffing, not hitting an Ajani. Like, let's say we did hit a Bolt and he'd been at 15. Like, I mean, that doesn't really help us a whole lot here. So instead of hoping to Raptor into an Ajani, let's just play the Ajani. We're going to hold Raptor back until they have the most beneficial hits possible. Not 100% sure what he's doing yet still.
I know people are going to hate to hear this. When AI becomes self-aware, that is inevitable. AI, artificial intelligence, will eventually become self-aware.
So we can grab the Raucous Theater and then we can Raptor with a Surveil. But I think the better move here... Do I just grab a Plains? He's not going to Blood Moon us here. So we're going to lead with this guide. He might Wrath us here, but you know, it is what it is. Not the ideal hit, but it's certainly could have been worse. He doesn't even have double white, so.
I think there's only one direction that this is heading, and you see it everywhere. You see it in every corner of the digital world. You see that we are crunching, that we are manipulating.
Maybe they are going to Blood Moon us.
We are simulating, mirroring the human condition. Now, I don't know if there's an intention to the cosmos. If there is a reason to this, I'm just saying that it seems that this is in the...
Did he not reveal anything? He did not.
So I don't want to get sort of, you know, who is the simulator? I don't want to get off on that track yet.
So this is pretty clear play here, I think, to just kill him, make sure we can swing through. Although, they both have first strike, so he couldn't have killed it anyway. Whatever, I still think we should go ahead and get rid of it. We could blast him, and then just try to force him to block and still kill it anyway, but if you can prevent your opponent from having options, that's generally the better move, unless you can put them in a position where either option is bad. So he's a Jeskai control with a delirium aspect. So that's probably going to be countered, but whatever. Just go ahead and fetch the planes so we don't have to use this. I don't have any more of the surveil lens left anyway, so. Oh, I actually do need to be wary of grabbing my creatures here. In Boros, I have nothing to get any of them back, so it doesn't matter, but here it does. We have our Catholian Nightmare. Yeah, saw that coming. If he kills them with the board wipe, we can still just play this Plage next turn anyway. Because we'll have a fetch. So it'll be 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Is there something that I'm missing with this version? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's nothing fancy here. As far as like any tricks, I don't think they're like some sort of combo deck or anything. I think these are just for value. So I cannot play because he didn't kill both of them. Well, there we go. He might have a counter spell here still that is not going to take him any mana, so do everything we can first to try to bait any of that out we can. So, against them, there's a couple things that we wouldn't hate having here. So, we didn't see any rings. My guess is he is on a budget version, I think. So, the Disruptor Flute's not all that useful here. Not as useful as it could otherwise be. So we wouldn't hate to have the Flute or the Sun Cleansers, but what we know for sure we want is the 3 Surgical Extractions, the Celestial Purges, and this Awe. The Bombardment's good, but it's risky. Well, let's see. The Fatal Push can come out. The Discharges can come out. I don't remember. I need to look up real quick if the Wrath of the Skies blows up enchantments. I don't remember. I think it does. It does. So that was what I was thinking. Cutting that gives us a little bit of leeway as far as not running into a bad board. It is definitely useful to have, but I think these other ones are more useful. If you can cut them off of Flage, they don't have much that they can kill you with. Again, I didn't actually see Flage from him, but he's got to be playing it. Same thing with these Celestial Purges. If he's not playing it, then I guess we'll live, and we'll just put something else back in game 3. But I think this gives us the best chance here. Sun Cleansers maybe, but they were not appearing to be on any energy, so... Like, this is a match where you don't hate to have Goblin Bombardment in round 1, or in game 1, but I think after that it's a little too risky. We need more threats, so we can keep this. We don't have any red, but we do have some energy production available, and we have a hub. we can eventually make red. We imagine this first guide is going to die, but then we'll be able to turn 2 guide Ocelot. I'm probably running into a Wrath here. But if he counters this, then or kills him, then we don't expect a Wrath. Because if he had a Wrath, then he would hold his removal, I would assume. Yeah, so it doesn't have any white, so he couldn't Wrath this turn if he wanted to. Mardu is generally a bit slower than Boros. Also more decision points. Just as far as like, oh, what do I need to fetch here to make sure I can cast all my spells and stuff. My shoulder is killing me, I can barely move my arms, so I'm gonna try not to get timed out here. Okay, so that's the Wrath he's using. What is that? Vampire's Vengeance, okay. So that's great here, but what we need to make sure is that we can have something to sacrifice with it. Because he can just counter the 1, or just deal with the 1. It's not necessarily the end-all be-all, so I think what we need to do here is try to do something else, eventually get a creature that we can sacrifice to the Ob, which we have now, so we're in a pretty decent spot now. Wraths, and then immediately 1 card, get 3 board presence of 3. What is he playing? I haven't seen him in years. He used to play him in black-white mid-range, the old Dead Guy Ale. It was a bit of a graveyard hate option. Okay, so we can get our red. I don't have anything to exile with this anyway, so I'm thinking I could Raptor and Purge both. Doing this also would allow me to have 4 double strike, or 4 first strike, so they can't swing him, but I can't really swing at him this way. So I guess I can afford to use this as a red for now. It's fine. This way I can get a tap land, or a surveil land. So I think more than just any sort of like, you know, meta list, he's playing mostly a budget list is what it looks like to me, which is fine. You know, I've played plenty of budget lists in the past. I just don't know that this is going to be a good indicator of like this match versus traditional Jeskai control. So we want to make this devil, I think, first. I was going to just plus both of them, but I want to have a body back so that he can't swing him. If he had 1 kill spell, then he would be able to get through. So this way puts him in a pretty difficult position. So we're never going to get a Flays out because it's Jotun Grunt until we can deal with the Grunt. But that's alright. Or at the end of the world, we're hoping these 2 Obnixiluses can get there. One of them's probably dead here, shortly, right? But should be able to have one, I would think. Well, maybe not. Bolt's the 3. Okay, we can kill the Snapcaster. So we need a red. We have double white. Don't need another land. Doesn't really matter, but I want him to... Well, I guess I need to do this for the red. So, nice to have this Bowmasters. If he does Wrath or whatever, we can follow back up with that. Tries to draw any cards, we can ping him pretty well there, so no graveyard for us, but that's okay. Next turn he's going to have to put his own. And the turn after that, assuming it gets there, he will probably have to sacrifice it. So the mic is working this time. Yesterday I was recording a bunch of matches and the damn mic was messed up. And then I recorded again with the wrong source, the audio source. So the one that did have good audio, well, good audio, you couldn't even damn hear basically. So I'm gonna wait until my end step to Bowmasters. I mean, he doesn't draw until my next upkeep. I couldn't even do it in response to the trigger, but then the Bowmasters wouldn't be able to swing because I'd have to be doing that on my turn. So just gonna do it on his. If he kills it here or something, then whatever, we'll live with that. Okay, well, we'll just do it now so we have a blocker that we don't mind throwing at it. I actually could have pinged him and then double blocked with the first strike and not even ever had to lose anything. But there's still a chance that he could have hit it with, you know, gotten rid of one of them and then he would have gotten rid of both. Yay. What would we have drawn? A Johnny. Cool. Okay.